Hi, and welcome to Hamlet. So, with the fact that we only have 3 weeks at home before we're back for 1 week, and in that week we're going to be wrapping up the whole course and making sure that we have our culminating activities done when we get back, we got to start Hamlet right away. So, if we're starting Hamlet, why do I have the characters from the Kite Runner? Well, here's the thing, is that I'm trying to subconsciously remind you that you should be reading The Kite Runner still and working on those active reading notes. We're going to be talking about The Kite Runner a little bit later on in the week, but right now this is a great example of the activity that you're going to do, but with Hamlet. So what do we have in front of us is a character map. And so what I find that students need to do is they need to know all the different characters and who they are in relation to the protagonist. So in this particular case, we have the protagonist Amir in the beginning, in the middle. We have a little description about who he is. And what we have is on the outer perimeter, we have all of the other characters that are closely related and connected to Amir. In addition to each box naming the character, and giving their position in this whole situation, we also have arrows that connect each of these these characters and say who they are to each other, but also some of the key things that we're going to need to know about them that we can get from character descriptors. So here's what I want you to do. I will have attached a Hamlet text in PDF where you can look up all those characters. You can also look up, I've quickly got on SparkNotes and on No Fear Shakespeare, whatever you want to look up, that we've got a list of the characters, some of their traits, and then we're going to look at how these characters interact with one another. So Hamlet would be in the middle, right here, and then you're going to have all those other characters all around here and how they interact with one another, and you can draw arrows to whichever characters you want. You can organize it in whatever way you want. So just to give you an idea, this is that PDF that I have, and you have to scroll through. I believe it's about maybe page 5. Hold on. Synopsis, that'd be good to read too, so you can get an idea of what the play is all about. Here are the key characters. Now, here's the key thing, is that there will be some characters, that necessarily don't have a huge part, like Baltimore and Cornelius. They're a courtier, but Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, I would say, are really important. Maybe not so much these guys, but Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, and then all of these characters up above. These would be the key ones right here. So what you're going to do is you're going to take those, you're going to research a little bit about them, you're going to create that character map. You can do it electronically, you can do it on a piece of paper. So here's what I want you to do, is that instead of handing in all of these pieces of Hamlet individually, we're going to create what's called a Padlet. And in this Padlet, you're going to hand in and attach all of your documents that you're told to hand in on the lesson plan when it comes to Hamlet. So on a piece of paper, take a picture, send that JPEG either to your drive, or you can attach it by uploading, whatever you want to do. But here's where I want you to go. So you're going to go to Padlet.com. And Padlet is a Google extension app, and I've used it a number of times in a number of courses. So you're going to go to log in, and you're going to use that Google account. So you want to make sure you're signed in with your apps account. And it will bring you to your dashboard. So this is all of the Padlets that I have made. Just to give you an idea of what Padlet is, it is a bulletin board. And so what you are doing is you're actually creating sticky notes or posts on your bulletin board. And here's where you're going to attach everything. so that it's all in one place instead of us handing in little drips and drabs of everything to do with it. So this is not Wanted on the Voyage. This is the book that we had previously done in For You, and that I've somewhat gotten away from by using the Kite Runner. So there was a number of activities that this was an example of, where they would go through and they would post in each part. So here's what you're going to do. We're going to go back to the Padlet dashboard. Now here's the key thing. You can't screw this up. You can't click in all the wrong places and totally muck it up. You're going to be just fine. So I'm going to show you quickly, after you're done creating that chart, what you're going to do with it. So we're going to go to Make a Padlet. You can make it any form that you would like. I would recommend wall, but that's just me. It'll organize it for you. You can customize a number. You can title it, create your description, and go through all of the things. You can create a color scheme, a background. You can go through all of those. I'm not going to go through that just for sake of time. So say this is the background that I want to make. That's where you go back in to change any of the things that you would like to do. Here's the key thing. You don't need to pay for the upgrades. We're just making a basic Padlet. So if I created that wonderful, clicking through, if you created that wonderful character map for Hamlet, after you're done and you'd like to attach it onto your dashboard, there it is right there, that all you have to do is just double tap on here and it will create basically a post-it note or a post that you can put in here. So you could write something, but in addition to that, you can also attach. So you can upload or put in a link. So if you created it on paper, because being on a computer is just not where you're at, then you can upload that picture, depending on the device you're using and how you want to do that. So say, for example, I just wanted to attach this picture. I'm going to save the image. And then I'm just going to upload that. If it was a link, if I created a Google Doc, then you could share the link and put it in there. So however you want to do that is totally up to you. I'm going to pick a file from here. I cleaned up my desktop. That was a task that I did today when I had no internet. All right, so it's going to attach it there. And ultimately, what's going to happen here is that you're going to have all of the activities, whether it be a response, whether it be a chart or a graph, and you're going to post them all here so that I can look at your progress. We will work on posting those and continuing to work with them in just a bit. I'll make a video later on, but right now I just wanted to start with doing this. If there's something else you wanted to add in here, some of the questions that we're going to be working on tomorrow, I just want you to post the character map, but if there was questions that I wanted you to respond to, then you just double tap. You could create a Google Doc. For example, here's our schedule, but I'm just going to copy. I've opened up sharing so that everybody can see it. And all you do is post the link. And so this is a way for us to have everything all in one place instead of having multiple drop boxes. And then I'm going to evaluate it either as we go. I might have you hand it in. We'll open up the share options a little bit later on, and then we'll go through and when to submit it so that I can just put it, I have that link, and then I can go in and evaluate each component. All right, so those are the two things that I want you to work on in Hamlet, to create your character map using the characters in Hamlet, and to work on creating your own Padlet so that we can attach all of our work.